a couple weeks ago, I went to AFO 14. Um, Went there on Saturday and Sunday. Uh, I guess overall the con was okay. I mean, like my past experience at AFO was okay, but I thought that it'll pick up like since I went to MetroCon and I was just like, oh, like I guess you know some of these cons are stepping their game up though, but to be fair, like usually AFO, it's usually in the Wyndham Hotel, but it was in a different like hotel this time around. It's like near SeaWorld and such, and but my experience it was okay. I think I had a better experience of MetroCon and Florida SuperCon in my opinion, but when I got there, it's like you gotta pay for parking. I think that's like one of the things that people complain about, because it's like $9 during the day and $18 for day and night per day. So there's some people that had to shell out like almost like $45 just to be there, just for the parking. And I went there, and I guess there's like different like parking lots and such. And I went one, it's like, yeah, I don't think there's space. He said, but you could try. And I'm like, okay. So I went around, and luckily, like, there's this like SUV that's like almost past I guess it's like on the white line, but there's space there. And I have a Mazda 3, so I can just fit right in there. It sucks that I can't really go to my driver's side, so I had to go through my passenger side, but at least I got a parking space. So I got the parking space. So I went up to the dude. I was like, yeah, I found one. I guess I need a ticket or something. And I guess like the machine like is messed up, and they said like, oh, when you leave, push this button here. There's like this small button, and just let them know what's up, and we'll take care of you. And I'm like, okay. So I don't know what it means. I don't know if I still got to pay or what, but I was just like, whatever. So as soon as I got there, I arrived to the con, and I came up to this lady, and she's a cute like, little Asian, and she's just like really nice, and I was just like, yeah, I'd like to I guess I get like a ticket to get in, and she's just like, oh yeah, I'll help you out, and and then she says like, so for Saturday, it was like $25 I think, but then I was like, no, I just want to go Saturday Sunday, and she's like, oh, you have to go see these ladies in the booth, and I'm like, all right, that's fine, and I went up to this booth, and I see these two chicks like on the right, and then I see this chick by herself, so I was just like, So I just happened to walk up to the chick that's like by herself because she's like up on the counter, and I just looked at her, and then immediately she like looked up and she's like, "What?" And I looked at her weird. I was just like, I think I want to buy a pass for Saturday and Sunday for AFO." And he's like, "You gotta talk to these ladies." And I'm like, "Okay." So I just like take two steps to the left, and I just look at them, and then that same chick was just like laughing. She's like, there's a line, wait in line. I was just like, okay, I looked, there's like about like maybe like five people. It's like, I'm actually kind of surprised. There was, usually with these cons, there's like long lines, but there's like five people. So I'm like, but I didn't notice, but I was just following, I guess I was like autopilot because she was just like, if she would have told me there was a line, I would have waited in line. But she's like, those ladies will help you. So like I guess like I was like in the autopilot mode, so I just moved to the left and just look at them. But then she like laughed at me after she was like, there's a line. So I was just like, okay, whatever. So I waited in line, and I got my badge, and I saw my boy Kent. I haven't seen him for years. Talk to him, catch up with him, and he's part of like the AFO staff. And I was just like, I don't really know what's the schedule. Is there like a schedule around? So, oh yeah, we have like the sheet over here. So unfortunately, we have to walk towards to the mean chick, and she like looked up. She gave me a weird look, but I didn't even like look at her. I just like I just looked straight ahead. Like I guess like I was focusing on behind her as I was walking with Kent. When Kent was telling me like some of the stuff that's going on Saturday, and then she laughs like, "Oh, I thought you're approaching to me or something like that," and I looked at her and I smiled and sometimes when I smile or laugh, I guess I have like this weird mannerism. Sometimes I'm like this or whatever. But I was Sanji, so I was covering like one eye, and I did that to her, and then she's like, "Oh my God, he winked at me." And I looked at her. I was just like, "Okay, I need to ignore this chick. I don't know what's the deal for her." She had like a ponytail, brown hair, and yeah, she was like, you know, not really a cool person. So I didn't want to say anything. I didn't want making a big deal out of it. I was just like, whatever, because it's like I just got there and I don't want any like negativity to just ruin my whole day. So I was just, you know, brush off my shoulders and try to enjoy this con. And Ken like gave me the sheet, explained to me, what's going on. I'm like, all right, cool. And then Kent's like, if you ever need any help, we have like, wonderful, staff here that could help you out. And I kind of laughed a bit and I smiled towards him because, I was standing next to the chick and the chick intervened. She's like, "Oh yeah, we'll give you some good service." And I didn't even look at her. I just smiled at Kent. I was like, and that was it. And I said goodbye to him because he has to do his thing. So I walked away, and that was that. You know, I'm telling you, you guys think it's a gimmick that I happen to, you know, deal with crazy chicks, man. I just feel like almost every day I deal like at least one. But but yeah, so got my ticket, and I just walk around. I see some of my friends, and they arrived a bit late, and I was just like, so how's the parking? Because they said it's like full and like almost all the areas nearby. And like, yeah, when we realized like, yeah, we had to pay, so we just ran around see if there's any free parking, and I guess they went to the, I think which hotel was it? Was it the Hilton? I think it was like across. It was literally just across the street, and they don't charge for parking. So I was just like, oh, so I was just like, I mean, it's nearby, and I was just like, oh, I didn't know that. So I was like, I guess it's good to know. And I guess it's like one of those things that I'm gonna have to do. If there's something like pay for parking, we should look around the area, see if there's anything like free parking. If there's like hotels nearby, just park there instead. But I think that's what like a lot of people are doing because it's like the parking space over there is pretty full. But that's good to know. But I know that's like one of the things that people have complained about online is the parking and such. But well, other than that, just walking around and stuff, seeing like the old school people and interacting with like new people. Of course, the lollipop is it's an awesome conversation starter. There's some people approached me. Is this like, are you the 4 kids version? And I was just like, I just like smiled and I explained them why. And I told him like I'm straight edge and I just want to stay true to myself. And like, oh, okay, that's interesting. I was just like, but you just can't just get like a rolled up fake cigarette. I was just like, nope, not even that. I don't want my image because people are gonna be taking pictures of me and put them online. So I don't want any like cigarettes, fake cigarettes or whatever. I want to stay true to myself. So and like, oh, that's cool. But what else? I mean, I mean, I guess like with the hotel too, since it's like in a new area, um, everything's like spread apart. And another thing that people complain about was people had to walk so much, and you know, it didn't really bother me too much. I guess because I keep my body pretty active. I do like the MMA training Monday to Friday nights, and I work out here and there. So it wasn't really too much of a problem to me, but some people did complain like they had to walk like from here to there and such, and it is all over the place. And if I had like one issue, but I think it's kind of like a personal issue, is like I really have a bad sense of direction, so I got lost. So I had to walk around like a couple of times to get to where I want to be and stuff. And also another thing too, like I know there's two-story, but I didn't know there's something going on. So apparently there's stuff going on in two-story as well. So I'm like, oh man, so I don't know, like I guess it's probably my fault I didn't do like my homework of where everything is though. Is this like they do have like um, poster board signs in each area saying like what's going to be in this section, and there's like I guess to describe like how it is in a hotel. It's like like I guess each side like has its own like area or whatnot. So there's really no rhyme or reason. It's like, okay, this is where this is going to be, this is where that's going to be. And on, I guess on the post board size, it just tells you the schedule of what's going to be in this section. So if you want to get to one thing to another, you might have to walk a bit of a distance. So that might be a bit annoying for some of the people. Again, to me, it didn't really bother me that much. It was just that sense of direction. So I was just like wandering around though, but I was kind of disappointed. I didn't know there was a second story, something going on there. So I was just like, oh, it is what it is. Um, I said before on my last vlog, like I wanted to join the cosplay contest, but during the time, I was with my friends that I haven't seen in many years, and I thought about it, and they want to get something to eat, and they want to get something to eat like around the time the cosplay contest starts, and I thought about it. I didn't want to mention it, but I was just like, man, I really want to join this contest, but I haven't seen these friends in a while, so I went ahead and decided to like, eat dinner with them because it's not really too often I see them, and I always think about the cosplay contest. There's plenty of anime conventions. Um, I can always join any other cosplay contest, but for my friends I haven't seen in years, this is not really I guess a normal occurrence for me to see them. So I just want to enjoy the moment with my friends, and you know uh, before like I get like really busy whenever I become a professional mixed martial artist. So I decided to chill with my friends a bit more. So it's pretty cool. Also on Saturday, like I don't know, man. Like, there's some girls that are a bit touchy feely. I did what pretty much it was like happened like around the afternoon time, and I guess this I forgot the cosplay. It was pretty unique. I think she's like one of those what they call them, candy ravers or whatever. She came up to me and she's like, "Oh, hey Sanji," and I'm like, "Hey, what's up?" And then she was like, feel up on my arm, and she's like, "Well, you work out?" And I was just like, a little bit. And then she started feeling my sides, and then it just got pretty awkward. And then her like hand like gradually went to my thigh. And as soon as it went to the thigh, like I like backdash immediately. I backdash like a fighting game style, the invincibility frames and all. I was like, whoa! I was like over here, and then I was just like, dang, I was like, that's too close for comfort. It's like, dang, she wanted to get to the business. I was just like, come on, like at least have like a dinner and movie first, you know. But I don't know. It just got me weird because there's other girls that are touchy feely too, and I don't know. I think there's one chick, and I kind of feel bad for her because I thought it was the same chick, and I felt her arm, around my waist, and she's like, "Hello," and then as soon as I felt the arm, I started to walk fast before I turned back to the person that did this, and as soon as I walked fast, I turned around. I was like, "Hello," and I kept walking fast, and I realized it was the same chick. It was like I think it was like this lady Deadpool in a bikini, and I kind of feel bad for her. Like at first, like I was just like, stop, stop walking fast, but I already committed, so I just kept walking fast, towards the straight direction, and I kind of feel bad. And that lady Deadpool with a bikini, if you feel offended in some way, I do apologize. I thought you were that candy raver chick that was feeling up on me. Um, oh man, but yeah, I feel bad. I was thinking about turning around, but I was just like, I committed walking fast, keep on going straight. And here's another chick that was touchy feely. It was just like, I don't know what's going on? But I was just like thinking to myself, like, whatever, it's like it is what it is, I guess. So, um, what else was exciting on Saturday? I mean, besides seeing my friends, and I didn't really go to much panels. Yeah, because I really do want to go to cosplay contest, but I didn't go. So I didn't really do anything with the panels actually. I think I partake in one of the panels and stuff like one of the guests, and it was kind of interesting. I think it was Ellie. I think. Sorry, like I don't. I think she's like part of like the Dead Space crew or whatnot, and I think she was like 30 minutes late. I think this happened like around 1 o'clock p.m. Sorry if I didn't get like my chronological time in order. I think I got it backwards. um, but yeah, I think she was like 30 minutes late. So this dude with a ponytail was just like I guess trying to entertain us, and I guess she was eating, and then I guess they tried to call her up, and it's like yeah I'll be there, and I think she wanted to finish her food before getting there and stuff, and then she arrived. She was just like I didn't know I was supposed to be like talking to you guys. They just tell me to come here at 1, and I figured, they told me this like you know, days before, so I was just like, huh, that's kind of weird. But she was just talking. I honestly, I really don't know why I was there. Because I really never played Dead Space or have any interest, Um, but I was just there. I guess I was like done like walking around, being like lost and stuff. So I was just like, I'm just gonna sit down and listen. But I think that's the only panel I went to be honest. Other than that, I went in the game room in and out. I didn't want to stay there too long. And Saturday I was about to leave, and about the whole parking thing. So I went up, I pushed the button like the guy said, and I explained the situation. And the guy's like, okay, I guess he opened the gate for me, and I just went through. I was like, oh, cool. I didn't have to pay for anything. Went to my buddy's house, slept over there, and then on Sunday, I went to the hotel across the street and stuff, and so I could dodge the parking. Um, Sunday wasn't really much going on. It was pretty dead to be honest with you. I went to the courtyard. There's barely anybody there, but there's this one weird dude. Um, he was just like, "Oh my God, Sanji," blah blah blah, and then every time like he walks past by me, he's just like calling me and stuff and saying like all this weird stuff, and yeah, I was just like I just smile, yeah, and I was with my boy John at the time, so he was like the witness of everything. I was just like, man, this guy like pop out of bushes and he's like Sanji, I was just like, oh hey, and then I think we were like sitting down in the courtyard, and then I heard Sanji, and I look around, I was like, where's this dude? And there's like this corner, and he was just like crawling, like solid snake style. And I looked at him, I was just like, what the hell? And I was just like, okay. And I just looked at weird, and then I just looked at John. I was just like, man, I think this is gonna be a short stay, man, because there's not really much going on, and then there's this kid that's like acting all weird around me. So I was just like, yeah, this has gotta be a short stay. And I think we walked around like twice, and I think that was that. And I think I left like around 4, and that was it. So, but from what I've heard from my friends, like Friday has a bit more activity. So I think I was just like, okay, well, I guess maybe next. I think next time what I'm gonna have to do is I'm just gonna have to look at the schedule of these like cons and see what just interests me. If there's something just interesting going on Friday, Saturday, um, you know, yeah, I should like plan my schedule accordingly. I think that's what I need to do to I guess to enjoy the anime con experience. I don't know which the next con I'm gonna be. There's one close to my birthday. My 28th birthday is on October 2nd. So in that particular con, you might actually see me there. And when I do show up, I will bust out Sanji. And I kept talking about Trunks. I still want to save him for a special moment, but I do want to cosplay somebody else. So I'm not really too sure what's gonna be. But you guys are gonna have to see. And it's gonna be a surprise too when I decide who that person is gonna be. You guys not gonna find out until the day of that con. Well, that's it for my vlog. Hope you guys enjoy it. If you guys want, you guys can follow me on Facebook, facebook.com/superwilvo. I'm also on Twitter, twitter.com/thewillinflorida. And don't forget to subscribe to this channel for updates on future vlogs, finding game footage, interviews, and all that good stuff. And apparently I'm on Tumblr right now. I guess some of the people I talk to on AFO have Tumblr, so I guess I'm gonna have to jump in on that bandwagon, and I'm on there. So it's wolvolution.tumblr.com. So I guess follow me on that too. I guess until next time, guys. Peace.